Hello, I'm Angel and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about dupes. I have just recently discovered the Hush app. Mia, this is all of your fault. This is your fault because I keep ordering stuff and it's terrible. I found lots and lots of dupes and we're gonna do OG versus dupe type of thing. Basically, I'm gonna do one half of my face, the OG stuff, and the other half of my face, the dupes. So we're gonna just jump right into it. I obviously have eyebrows on and I've already primed my face. First dupe battle is gonna be against these two guys. This is the Cover FX enhancer drops. This retails for $42. The second one I have is a 3D highlighter liquid glow by Beauty Glazed, and this one was only 10 bucks. This is a $32 price difference. Try to get as close in color as possible. This one is in number 1 pearl. This one is in celestial. What I'm gonna do is I have two beauty blenders. They are both clean. I'm gonna do one half of my face with the Cover FX and the other half of my face with the liquid highlighter. I'm gonna put this on underneath my foundation because I have another highlighter dupe. Do one of these things. Do the Instagram thing. That is a lot. That is too much. Ugh. All right, I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and go on half of my face. This side, this is normal side, and then bam! Those things are like no joke. No joke. I should have known. I haven't used it in a hot minute, and I put way too much. So we're gonna have to just put the same amount on this one. Comes in like the same type of little dropper. This looks very equal in color. I'm just gonna do, oh god, that is way more liquidy. Crap. Okay, so I'm gonna take a different beauty blender and we're just gonna pounce this in. The color on the Beauty Glazed one, it's a little more pink. This side is Cover FX. This side is the Beauty Glazed one. They look exactly the same. So save your monies and maybe just get this one. Why spend $42 when you could spend $10? I'm gonna do foundation and concealer and then we'll come back. All right guys, so I now have foundation and concealer on. I did powder my face to set everything, but the next dupe battle that was gonna go down is gonna be on these two guys. I thought these were possible dupes. These look identical. So let's do, I'm gonna take a Morphe M527. We're gonna go into Kat Von D. I'm gonna take this middle shade. And I'm just gonna bronze my face. I'm not gonna contour. I'm not really a contour kind of girl. Brushes, by the way, this one, I'm gonna take this one, same brush, Morphe M27. I'm gonna go into this palette, going into the middle shade. Blendability though, it's just, you have to finesse it a little bit. So this one is Kat Von D. Nice buttery color. Ooh, this one feels really soft to the touch. They feel very similar in texture. All right, this one right here. They look pretty darn close. All right guys, so dupe battle conclusion for these two. This one is $49, this one is $12. I'm gonna say get this one if you can. They feel the same. I'm gonna say this is a little softer as far as kick up than this one. This one is pressed a little bit more. There's not as much kick up, but you got the same colors. You get the same end results. All right guys, so next dupe battle is gonna be on, bam, these two. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Nicole Guerrero highlighter palette. It was limited edition, you can no longer get it. I have recently fallen back in love with this, but I know a lot of people have been wanting to come back because it was limited edition, but as soon as I saw this palette, like, hello, is this not identical? The colors are in slightly different spots, but is this not the same? This one just comes with a mirror. All right guys, so these are some of the swatches. this side, so this one, and this one, and this one are all Anastasia, and this one, and this one, and that guy is all, this is the Rose Highlight Collection by Bad Habit. Can you tell a difference? There is a slight difference in like these two. Like this one is a tiny bit deeper. This one's a little pinker. This one runs a little bit more brown. Like there's a tiny bit more pigment, not so much like highlight, but can you honestly tell the difference? And this palette, by the way, this palette was $10. All right, so I'm gonna take my M501 brush and dip into Forever Young, and I'm just gonna, you know what, I'm gonna just take this one down the nose, because let's not get too complicated about it. On half my chin. This is the one I've been using. I'm gonna take this new guy, and I'm gonna go into Cheers, is what looks like the comparable color. The texture of both of them, when I was feeling them, they both feel the same. Anastasia side is slightly more reflective than this side, ever so slightly. This is a straight up dupe. I'm really surprised. If you slept on the Anastasia one, freaking get this one. It was $10. Last face product. I bought this thinking that these were gonna be like identical. I feel like this is the only one that's like not really a dupe. They're similar products, but they're not like a straight up dupe. I bought this eyeshadow little circle thing because it reminded me of the Tarte one. This is the one that just came out during this holiday. In the picture, they did not look that bright. They looked similar to this, which is why I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this one. I feel like I might do this color right here to match this one right here. Alright guys, so this is a swatch. This is the Tarte one, and then this is the dupe. They are pretty similar in color. This one is slightly darker than the Tarte one. Oh, I have two Morphe E4 brushes, I think. And I'm gonna take this, go into this color. Oh, that's way more pigmented than I thought it was gonna be. Wow. A dupe though, because they're not even comparable to this one, so that was completely my fault. So that's all I have for like the face products. As far as dupes, I actually have an eyeshadow palette. I bought this Retro Love palette that looks identical. The colors are moved around a tiny bit, but they look exactly the same. This one was only 10 bucks. Alright guys, so I've zoomed you in closer. I've already primed and set my eyes, so I'm gonna take the Anastasia palette. I'm gonna jump into New Wave. That was really messy. Alright, so I'm gonna take my E27 brush again, and I'm gonna go into the color Fab. I'm definitely seeing that this is not as pigmented as the Anastasia one, like you can already tell. Like I didn't have to re-dip into that one. But can you see this? I'm dipping into my eyeshadow, and that's what's happening. And this is the Retro Love palettes. To dip into the Retro palette a lot more than I did the Anastasia one. I usually only have to dip into the Anastasia one once, and that's it. I feel like I'm gonna go into Untamed, which is that one right there. I'm gonna take the Retro Love palette, and I'm gonna dip into Mod, this one right here. Do you see? I feel like I could blend this one out a little bit better than this one. This one is kind of a little bit more patchy, is what I'm seeing. Like this one is still kind of patchy. I still have to finesse it a tiny bit, but this one, I've been going at it for a little bit, and I feel like it just doesn't look the way I want it to. I'm gonna go into Axis in the Anastasia palette. I'm gonna take Free Love with the M167. Do you see the difference? Like this is controlled and contained. This one went bananas. Maybe take a clean brush. Take a clean brush and try and like blend that out. I'm like so unhappy with that right now. Like look at the difference. I'm gonna go back into the Anastasia palette and I'm gonna take Rowdy. And then I'm gonna go into Nostalgia. That one. I'm like giving up. I'm so giving up on this eye right now. Like it's not giving me what I want. Do you see this? Like really trying hard to blend it out and make it work. But like it's just made a mess on that side of my face. I'm gonna take Electric from the Anastasia palette. I'm gonna take that one. I'm gonna spray it with some Fix Plus. Icon in that one. Alright, that's what that color looks like. I'm like super over this at this point. Like I'm really unhappy with how that side of my face looks in comparison to this side, considering that this side, like, people don't like the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I'm really not having any luck with this other dupe palette, and I'm kind of getting mad about it. Just gonna take all the colors I used on the top of my eye, on the bottom. So this is Untamed on a pencil brush. I think I might just take Untamed underneath. Keep it simple. I'm gonna take Maud in the Retro Love palette. Just take it underneath my lash line. Like this eyeshadow just gets everywhere and I don't understand why. I'm not even loading up my brush. So guys, I'm just gonna take this e.l.f. brush. I'm gonna go into Cube, which is this one right here. Go into Psychedelic. I don't know why this eyeshadow has like a nick right here because I haven't used it, so. Lashes. I'm gonna try and clean this up with some translucent powder. Let's pray to God that it works. But I'm gonna do my liner and lashes off the camera and I'll be back. Alright guys, and this is the finished look. Let's just recap. Total 100% dupe. Color, texture. You just kind of have to blend this one out a tiny bit more. You gotta work at it a little bit, but it's nothing too crazy. Anastasia and the Rose Bad Habit palette, total dupe. Can you even believe it? And it has a mirror. Like that's the thing that I love the most. Texture wise, they feel so nice and buttery. The only thing I would say is that the colors are a little bit darker. Like there's not as much reflex in this one. But that's the only thing that is slightly different. Blush palette, I wouldn't say it's a dupe. It's pretty close in color, but they're not the same. This is where I got really frustrated. This eye, I kind of cleaned it up a little bit with with translucent powder, but I don't know if that's why I was getting frustrated, because I would literally dip into this one once and be fine, and I could actually blend out my eyeshadows even if I got a little bit sloppy. This one I had to dip and dip and dip and dip and dip to get the color that I wanted, and when I tried to blend things out, it got really sloppy really quickly. I know that could be me just being like an animal, but I feel like I was able to contain it on this side and not so much that side. I'm gonna say, as far as like color and all that stuff, like I'm gonna say it is a dupe, because I mean, look at it, the colors are basically identical, they're just in separate, they're in different parts of the palette. I don't know what it is, but like I'll just have to play around with this one a little bit more, but I totally 100% prefer the Subculture one. I know that's gonna not be a very popular opinion with anybody, but I love this palette. I love the Subculture palette. I've never had any issues. Yes, there is fallout. Yes, there is kick up, but like, what eyeshadow palette doesn't? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't get an abnormal amount. And I'm pretty hard on my shadows. I really had high hopes for this one, and I feel like maybe I hyped it up too much in my head, and now it like let me down. So torn between the two. Like, I definitely think that this is a dupe for the Subculture palette. If you're on a budget, go for this one. It's got the same colors, you just have to build it up. It's not a big deal. I feel like if I were to just use this one solely, I wouldn't have a cow. Oh, as far as highlighter dupes, I think this is 100% a dupe. Save your monies and get the cheaper one, because why not? Alright guys, that is it for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!